All right, we are finally back with another episode of She the NBA Junkie and B-Ball Junkies. Had to take a little 2-week break. Got a little too dry in the NBA community, but yeah, we're back now.
Yeah, finally some competition is going.
Very much so excited me to actually see basketball again.
Yeah. See these European NBA stars go crazy on their home teams.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that. Well, I mean, they're gonna play good with their home country. I just want to see how everybody look against Team USA because that's a team full of NBA players, not one or two, and then a whole bunch of randoms from your country. But you know,
Okay. So with that being said, the first game of the um, new team, I mean, it's just a FIBA World Cup. So I mean it's not even
yeah,
really like but it is technically a new team because they've never played like
right,
above the amateur level Team USA
right.
because most of them are some of them played for Team USA in high school and stuff. So,
Mhm.
but at I guess the pro level is their first time, and it's actually I guess a big tournament since we haven't won it the last time.
Right.
So I guess we need to get that back, but a little bit of pressure for first timers.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the casuals is putting more pressure on them than what it should be, starting with the fact that they were so upset that the FIBA team is what it is. Like, it's not the Olympics, it's just FIBA. So you're not going to see the bronze and the KDs and the Stephs. Like, this is what you're going to get. People trying to work on their game for next season. But yeah, I don't know. I was kind of scared when they first started playing. I was like, this is going to be a disaster and we're going to lose again. But
So then they played Puerto Rico,
yeah,
which
Hoover has a very solid team, by the way.
yeah, they have a whole bunch of Puerto Rican players. That's actually pretty cool that they like, or I mean, sorry, they're American, but I mean, Puerto Rico's America because
Yeah.
that's territory. They're
Right.
American and they just got Puerto Rican descent. They play over there, but they actually go back and play in Puerto Rico. That was pretty cool. Like, even Tremont Waters, like before he played in
Yeah.
France, played in Puerto Rico, the year before. And so, yeah, but really the big name for them was Tremont Waters. And
Yeah.
if you're a real basketball fan, you know about him from a long time ago. You know he gonna get buckets. So
He's tough.
yeah, I was just impressed that I mean, I guess not seeing him for a minute, but he's really that guy. He's good for being able to play pro and a short guy. He can play.
And he had absolutely no fear at attacking us. So yeah.
But shoot, when you got when you're literally the number one green light for Puerto Rico and there's like no expectations, I bet it's very relaxing to
Yeah.
just launch all the time. But shoot, he's super good.
Yeah, he
They blew him
was.
out though. It was a shaky start, but they
It
finished the
was.
game 117-74.
They,
Dang, that
I think
is
it was
pretty
that third quarter run they went on that really sealed the deal for them because I think they were
good.
only up by like what, maybe 10 or less at halftime. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was pretty close. And then I remember they started at that third and they just
They said at one point they went on a 20-0 run. That's what did it. That was
mhm.
crazy.
They couldn't
But
score. Puerto Rico could not score at all. But
she,
hey, we took advantage and scored the ball. But when they get in transition and them big old dudes, like I mean, Bobby Porter's played good, but like
yeah,
Paolo, when he gets downhill, it's crazy. Like
yeah,
there's a couple, I mean, them Eastern European, all them tall people, they'll be able, do something. But hey, that's a big old dude coming downhill. And the way they were pushing the ball in that third quarter was amazing.
yeah.
That's why they stretched out that lead.
So I got I guess the list of who scored what,
Hmm.
and of course led the way. And Cam, my twin, was right behind him. They both had 15, and then Kel had 14. Tripp played really good. Oh my God, I got so mad watching him play during the game because I'm like, Ja, look at how much he's improved right now. And you jacking around with guns. Oh my God.
Hmm.
He had 12, and he was defending. I yelled out first team a lot of times. Um, And then Jay Brun, BI, and Bobby had 11 each. Hallie had 12 assists. That's crazy. He was getting a
Yeah,
lot of.
he was passing a lot, yeah. But that's what he does. He's he's very, very good at I think he averaged 10 assists last year. He's real good though. Also like to add, Austin Reeves had 9 points on 4 of 8 shooting.
AR was so freaking solid, bro.
He's just a very good player. You can't go wrong with him. He's gonna try on defense and he's not gonna turn over the ball on offense. He's gonna make good decisions and he shoots 40% from a three. I mean, you can't get better than that for an NBA player.
It hurt me to have to admit that his game was not just solely predicated on foul baiting, because he was actually getting buckets in this little game. So I was like, all right, I'll let you slide now. But
he's like that, bro.
I'll revert back to that foul baiting crap when we get to the season.
I think Steve needs to give him more minutes. He's all right in Jalen Brunson's meat, but I mean, I guess, but like, there's so many.
Really impressed with Jay Brown. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't really see like why Steve is so adamant on like he's our starting point guard. Bro, Tyrese Halliburton had 12 assists. Like,
yeah,
he's gonna get the ball. I mean, there's so many wings on this team. The point guard doesn't. They just need to be able to distribute and shoot.
right,
Tyrese has a higher clip, and he can shoot better off the dribble. But and he's bigger, so we'll see.
Type point, so it's just like he like getting in everybody's way, and it was kind of frustrating to watch. But I don't know. Guess that works with his team, but right now everybody can score the ball. It's not just you, so you got to kick it up.
Well, yeah, he did come off that season up because Julius Randle was, he wasn't there. Yeah, but Anthony Edwards, I'm happy he needs to step into his role like as the alpha male on this team.
I thought it would be BI, but
no.
It really could be, but he was just, I don't know, he was so timid.
Anthony Edwards just has that type of personality, so I know he would do it. And he's like the way he dunked, like his picture on the NBA, the way he punched that ball, he's so intense. So I need him to be that for this team because that'll get everybody else going. Like, I'm excited about Triple J against these big centers and stuff in the when we finally start the World Cup, because I don't think besides him, we're not that
have no bigs.
Yeah.
No. And without him on the court, there's no material. That's right. Ugh.
He's an interesting pickup for the team, but like maybe he's just there for attitude because he's not gonna be able to guard the Jokic's and shoot even Montenegro with freaking Vucevic. He gonna have a good game on him.
Jokic is out there with his horses and his farm, and he not worried about no basketball right now.
He playing.
You gonna play?
Yeah, he played for Serbia. They played Luka the other day.
Oh, did they really? I didn't even know.
Slovenia won in overtime. But Serbia has Bogdanovic from the Hawks. Like, they got a good team.
Oh, I thought I was talking about Bobby. Okay, yeah, I know him. He's cool.
But Bobby is Serbian too. But I don't think he played. Yeah, but I don't think he played for the team.
I love Bobby.
But yeah, so I think their next game is Saturday versus Slovenia. So Luka coming off 2 back-to-back wins versus the Serbs. And then Montenegro. We got a couple tonight. Or no, sorry, not tonight. Dang, the actual World Cup doesn't start till like late August.
Yeah. They're gonna be pushing.
They're having a quick turnaround for the season.
Yeah, that's what they pushing it close coming in the training camp. They're gonna be a little gassed, but they young, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, like Anthony Edwards is gonna have to lead Minnesota, but that's probably the only person who got I guess Triple J without Ja. That's you got to step into a higher role. But I'm glad. I'm excited for this team. I think they'll be fine for the most part. We got defense and stuff, and we do have Walker Kessler riding the bench. He was.
I forgot about Walker Kessler. He didn't even.
He played the last 4 minutes. Literally, I watched it because I was waiting for them to put him in because we were blowing him out. I was like, they got to put him in at some point. I mean, once he gets his bearings, he'll do what he needs to do on defense. And I mean, he'll just be, somebody for offense, but if they even play him.
Yeah. I mean, If it get too bad, put him in because he's not bad. You ain't gotta just dog him out.
I just think they're going the opposite way because you saw Steve Kerr say that he wants to play Paolo at the 5. And I like that. Paolo's 6'10, 6'11, big, but I mean, he's not Walker Kessler, who was almost a defensive player of the year as a rookie. I mean, maybe it wasn't that good, but it was that level of play.
Right.
So, you know, Steve he's a genius, I guess. So we'll see what happens.
I'll figure out once the season starts, and I'll see where Chris Paul is starting or coming off the bench before I.
Well, actually, to note on that, I was listening to the Paul George, and we'll get into that later, but on the podcast. And first of all, Clay does every single podcast he's on. He's a great guest. I just want to say that his stuff is great.
A lot of respect for Clay now. I can say that.
Yes, he's a normal guy actually. So it's actually pretty cool to see about Clay. But he said like Chris Paul, like every team he goes to does get better. And I did forget about that. That's a legitimate stat. Every team improves, and that's scary for the Warriors team to improve.
He can't set a franchise record with them, though. I thought about that.
Oh, no. Maybe not like statistically, but just make them better, which is a little bit. Sure. And that makes them championship level teams. So I'm like, that's scary, but I do have to give Chris his flowers. He does do that every time, and he's that type of player. So shoot, it don't even need to be Steve. Chris Paul's that type of player to raise it up anyway.
Be the coach on the court while Steve is the coach on the sideline.
Oh my gosh, like he's the ultimate like floor general with people who are always running and know where to be and stuff. That's crazy because he knows how to get stuff there.
They win a ring, bro. I don't want to see Golden State get another ring.
I don't want to see Golden State have 5 rings. I don't want to see that. I want
to get one so bad, but oh my God, they're going to call Steph the GOAT if he get another one. I'm going to be sick.
They will definitely not call Steph the GOAT.
Bro, they're going to put him up there.
We all know the truth about 2 of those rings for sure. So.
For sure, but they're not going to admit it.
No. Everybody knows the truth, bro. Because he wasn't even the best player on that team. He was the most important player, but he wasn't the best. That's 5 points.
I can go that far. Like, he was the most important because, KD
he was definitely the most important, but KD was levels above. I'll give it to him, but it was just because it was easy. And I don't even want to go down that terrible road of Kevin Durant doing that.
Easy is crazy because KD was cooking your GOAT.
Well, he had 2 of the greatest shooters to space the floor. This is like me playing against kindergartners. So unfair.
It wasn't unfair 2 years, bro. That was
You're Chris Paul. You know the Houston woes and how they were almost there. Chris Paul's hamstring doesn't fucking pop.
Hey, I had to get into it with somebody about that because he didn't want to admit that. He talked about Chris Paul wouldn't have made a difference. What are we talking about? What do you mean?
Like, that's just ignorance. That's just ignorance. If you can't admit that, they won game 6 or they won. What was it? They went up 3-2 or something.
We won game 5. We were up 3-2.
That's what I'm saying.
Games.
And then they still push it to 7. Either he would have done something, bro. Like
what?
No.
Hey, tweaking out. He sure as hell wouldn't have let him shoot 27 threes and brick all of them. Shit. What man?
Let's be real about the truth. Moving on to the contracts. I guess the big contract been signed.
Oh, yeah.
Who was that and how much?
So we got Jaylen Brown, who I was worried about his contract because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know if they were just gonna wait until next season or if that meant he was gonna get moved somewhere. But I think
they had like a timetable.
Got you. Okay. So he signed a 5-year supermax of 300. Well, I guess 304 million because 303.7. I think that makes him like the highest paid player ever.
Mm-hmm. So, at the time, his buddy will get it till next year.
Yeah. So that's the richest deal in NBA history, which is crazy. But there was a lot of complaints about that. And how you gonna pay?
It's just a bad taste in the mouth. That's annoying how people are saying that he shouldn't have got that. We all know the truth, and it's just how the NBA is going. Also, I mean, like the last person who got the highest deal was Jokic. a couple of years ago, and that was
Yeah,
before everybody respected him. So I mean, like,
right.
come on now. He deserves it. He just had a very bad end to his playoff run.
They letting his the playoff run that he went through this year define his like entire tenure with the Celtics, and we're just not gonna do that because
And just
Jaylen
this year
Brown,
also, he played very
yeah,
well this year. He
yeah,
made All NBA. Like
he picks up the scraps whenever
got it.
JT on BS. So
He literally earned the 300 million. All he had to do was make All NBA, and he did that. So I mean, he earned it. And
yeah,
also, the Celtics could not pay him. You can't let Jaylen Brown walk out the door.
for nothing, right?
Yeah, so they had to pay him anyway.
Because hey, I hate to say it, knock on wood, I hope he don't. But Porzingis is most likely going to be injured. He already is right now. Something is wrong with his foot.
Really?
So yes, I
Damn.
don't think he's going to play in the FIBA. And I guess the Celtics is monitoring the situation, trying to figure out. He should have known that he was hurt a long time ago. Because you wait until training camp right around the corner. If you get surgery, you're gonna miss the first couple months. So
Dang. Latvia gonna miss him.
um, but yeah. And then I guess Josh Hart signed a 4-year, $81 million contract with the Knicks. Hey, the T-Wolves gotta, not the T-Wolves, the Trailblazers gotta be sick. Because they let him walk for nothing. And he's a great player.
They're going through a rebuild.
I mean, it worked out in their favor now, I guess. They got schooled. So
Yeah, you they let the good players go, you know. You're not gonna hold them back unless you're Dame. But
Dame damn himself back at this point. Shoot, he should
yeah.
have. But yeah, I guess now that the ball is in their court, they are holding Dame back. But that's his own fault. You should have left when you had a chance. So
I'm still hopeful that Damian Lillard gets to show his talents. This dude's amazing. He had one chance, but he ran into the 2018 Warriors, and there was nothing you could do about that one.
yeah, not at all. No, not really. Nobody could, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Well, they have released the 2K ratings for 2K24, which I'm ready. I've been
You
winning
got those
the
pulled
PlayStation
up.
tournaments. Huh?
You got those pulled up.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I've been playing the PlayStation tournaments. So like, I don't know if the Xbox does this, but PlayStation has tournaments for 2K. I know they have FIFA, probably for like Madden or something too. For PlayStation, you win money or PlayStation credit. So like actual money, but it just goes to the wallet. And so like they have 2K fan leagues cups where it's like $20 for winning it. And so I already got, what is it? What I got? I think about 75. So almost at the pre-order date for 2K24, but
I don't even know.
You don't know?
I haven't played it since I bought it when you were here. I need to get back on it, but I'm not buying it on the PC no more. I need to get a console because
yeah, just the PlayStation is gone now, but
yes, Tavian took it. I need it back.
Shoot, maybe you can get that old box Xbox, the fridge or whatever it is.
Not the fridge.
Not surprising, number one, but a pretty surprising 98 of Jokic.
I mean, if we're gonna say that Jokic is the best player in the world right now, then it's only right that he's ranked over everybody. Honestly,
No, that's fine. But 98.
You think he should be higher?
No, I mean 97. It's just the shock factor because growing up, the only person who's been a 98 or 99 is either LeBron or Michael Jordan.
Right.
So I don't like seeing that. It's just a shock factor, but I mean, whatever. You know, he's 98. And 2 through 6 are all the same. What?
If he gonna be a 98 or if he was gonna be a 97, that mean that I feel like KD should be a 96 and everybody else need to be a 95. Because KD being on the same level as LeBron is just not sitting right with me. I'm sorry.
This is crazy to me that Jimmy Butler's a 95 overall.
What are we doing?
What is this? Like,
and why is Book a 94? Like, what?
That's fair.
No. Not if Jimmy Butler get to be up there. That means Jimmy need to be a 93 because he's not better than Book.
I don't think Jimmy should be a 95. No. But like seeing the interview with Donovan Mitchell predicting he was a 94 last year, and I was like, dang. So they're giving people high ratings for like really, really high ratings. maybe a 9. Like back in the heyday of 2K, 14 through 18, like the top tier 2K with ratings were like perfect spot on. He would have been
Right.
like a 92, at
Yeah,
highest.
and that's good for him.
And that's good because Jimmy Butler is no way near a 95, and the same
No,
as Luca, and the same as Jason Tatum, and the same as Damian
exactly.
Lillard.
Like, bro, I know he had a great playoff run, but we not about to keep rewarding him with top 10 rankings and stuff when he cruises through the regular season and does the bare minimum and then tee up in April. Like, we're not gonna keep doing that. What?
This
That's
dude
crazy.
has a 76.3 and is a 9, whatever. So that doesn't sit right with me. Shea Gilgeous has a 94 is I think that's deserved because he made first team All NBA.
This is crazy.
He
I
made
hate
first team All NBA. A 94 is
all that.
interesting. I think AD was a 94 last year, so he's a 94 this year too. And Devin Booker, what was he? I don't know what he was last year.
Freaking 94. Oh, I don't know what he was last year. He was like battling between like a 91 to 93 range, which
Yeah, he
was
probably was
stupid to
that.
me too.
And so to finish out the 90s, Jaylen Brown is at 20 with a 90. James Harden's 90. Kyrie's 91. Donovan Mitchell has went back 2 points to a 92. So that seems good to me. Zion
I,
is a 92 after not playing for forever, but
which
okay.
is crazy. But
Kawhi's 92, which is fair because he hasn't
wait, I
played.
thought Kawhi was a 94, which kind of made me mad too, because he's always hurt. But
He's 92. They took that shit back. Paul George is an 89, which is
yeah,
disrespectful to
period.
Paul George. But I mean,
Everybody on Twitter barking at he better than Devin. All right.
yeah. And then 2 through 6 are all 96s. Giannis, KD, Braun, Steph, and Jokic. I mean, and Embiid, which I mean, they're the best along with the best players. So a different attributes spread out between that 96, but
Now that we talk about the attributes, how the hell is Jokic a 98 with literally zero defensive attributes? All that shit got to be on 60. There's no
oh
way.
no, he has an A. He has an A in everything on defense on this game. But no. Like I kill him with Anthony Davis, in the
Okay.
game. So I mean, like no, he definitely doesn't have defense. But I mean, like his defensive stats are good because
He got to be a 98
he's
somehow.
he's he's an okay defender. He's a big heavy guy. So if anything, he's like a weight and he's tall. So he's an okay defender. He just can't move against the Jokic, I mean the Giannis's of the world, the Embiids who are quicker, the
Yeah.
AD, the people who are
If you
just
get
faster.
a fake and blow by,
But
it's over.
most of the NBA who play his position, he's going to win that battle offensively and defensively. So,
Yeah.
because I don't know who else is a good center besides Embiid, and AD doesn't truly play center, but he was center this year.
Right. The
Um,
cost of having great post moves is really it's a lost art in bigs nowadays. Everybody want to dribble and shoot outside. Get down
no,
there.
Embiid has beautiful post moves. AD has great post
Yeah.
moves.
I'm saying
He
it
just
outside
doesn't
of those
use
three
them.
people.
Yeah, like, but that's what I was saying. Like, I don't even think the rest of the league even has their focal point at a center position besides maybe the young Rockets with Sengun, because I think he's the best player on the
Yeah.
team. But yeah, I'm looking, there's no other even competitive centers in the league. But yeah, so we'll see how it is next year, and he'll be dominant. He has an 84-3. Yeah, he'll be very dominant in this game.
Yep. What else do we have? Oh, I guess we can hit on these duos then.
Oh yeah.
So Bleacher Report ranked their top 5 duos in NBA.
Uh-huh.
At number 1, and yours truly, my boys in the Valley, Katie and Book. 2, Giannis and Drew. Anyway, 3, Jokic and Jamal. And then 4, your guys, Bron and AD. And then 5, Luca and Kai.
I
Oh
just want to
Lord,
know what
so much to unpack.
I just want to know what the criteria was. Oh, okay. I see the criteria. It's net rating together, combined estimated plus minus, and combined estimated wins.
Ooh, we so good.
So this is what it was based on. Like, I don't.
So
First
they
of
based
all,
it off
okay, well
stats.
that makes sense that they're number one because they had the least amount of games together and the most they won most of those games. So that
Yeah.
makes sense. But okay, I get it now. They're going off of those metrics. But if I'm making the metrics to go off of, it's what happened or who finished higher up in the season that happened before. So with that, the honorable mentions I can see are fine. You know, Paul George in LA. Kawhi in LA. That's a good honorable mention. They're a good duo
when they can play, which is
whenever
never.
that happens. So I
Right.
mean, I'm a crosstown rival fan. I don't really care about them. Whatever. 76ers is an honorable mention. I think that's a fair honorable mention. They went to
Yeah,
the second round. That's a fair
probably put them like around number 7, maybe. I don't know. I like James and Joel in the regular season. In the playoffs, they went ghost, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think Joel was hurt again, which is unfortunate, but
Yeah.
you know, whatever. The third honorable mention, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is crazy for being honorable mention.
Yeah, they should definitely be in the top 5. But I guess it's based on their stupid metrics. So yeah.
Like, that's crazy. And then they should definitely be in the top 5 because they finished in game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. They were a part of one of the two duos that actually got to almost the top. So I don't get how Kyrie and Luka make the top 5.
Yeah. I don't really consider that a duo. I consider that 2 star players on one team because they don't. Kyrie can maybe play off of Luka, but Luka has no freaking clue on if I pass the ball up, okay, what I do now. Like that's not a duo to me. It's just Kyrie and then the superstar over there. Cause he just he don't know how to play with another star. That's the most frustrating part about his game. I can't stand it.
Well, it's not their fault. Like, it wasn't. They could have won games to make it look better, but they can't play defense. I mean, that's not their fault. So we'll see what happens this year.
Kind of, sort of, because the Suns weren't. I mean, we were ranked top 7 all year, but
that means y'all had a good defensive team.
It looked good on paper, but if you actually watching it, we ain't that good defensively either. We foul a lot, we give up a lot of threes, give up a lot of and ones. So defense ain't necessarily like KD said. Defense is cool, but offense win games. So
defense wins championships.
Yeah.
And which is what happened with the Nuggets, but they're at 3.
Oh, they were great offensively, bro.
That Miami couldn't score the whole series.
Because they were never good at scoring in their defense. They relied on defense their whole time. And then when you can't lock up a great offensive scoring team, they got their tail ran out the gym.
The Bucks, without their best defensive player, Giannis.
I don't know what happened there.
Miami went crazy. But
offensively,
that's the Bucks. That's their defensive game plan to let them shoot threes, and Miami just knocked them down. But that's what happens. If you have a good defensive team, you're gonna beat a good offensive team most of the time.
They lose.
Huh?
So I said, if Jimmy doesn't go nuclear on offense, like playing out of his mind, I've never seen him go that crazy. They lose. I think.
The team was shooting good. The team was shooting good. That's the only way to beat the Bucks is shooting good. Is shooting threes, and they were doing that. He did have a couple crazy games, but they wouldn't have beat him in 5. They probably would have beat him in like 6 or 7 because they just were shooting too good.
Yeah,
with Giannis going crazy, but so yeah, I think and they're saying it at the bottom of the article right here with Luka and Kyrie that adding these new players, Grant Williams and Derek Lively from Duke, the 7-footer, will be better. You know, and Grant Williams is a good defender and he can shoot the crap out of the ball. So that's
if you think Big Booty Grant gonna save you, I got something for you.
You're a Celtics fan. He's a quality player.
I love Grant. I do, but I don't think he gonna change that team.
No, he definitely will. Because first, Luka he makes it easy to play because he's such a good distributor and he carries a lot of gravity. So Grant will be good. But they need defense. That's the only thing that matters. Luka and Kyrie will give you all the offense you need. These dudes will come and play defense. And Grant, obviously, he loves it. Look at him against Jimmy. Getting in the face, getting embarrassed. But he
got cooked after that.
But he likes that. So, like, that's good for him. he likes the embarrassment and going crazy. Who's at 4? Oh, Lakers at 4. I think it's a fair.
Oh,
It'd be in
I
top.
thought you were talking about an honorable mention. I was like, damn, they gave y'all two duos in the top.
Oh
Okay.
no. Yeah, Braun and AD at 4. I think that's fair. We made it, especially starting where we came from, and we made it all the way to. And it's crazy. Our net rating is like really, really good, but we made it all the way to the conference finals. I think that's pretty great. Not much to be said. Full training camp next year's gonna be scary. Suns, watch out. Y'all in the same division as us. And I
Yeah,
just
we're
want
not
y'all to
careful.
watch out. 3, the champs. How are the champs not at number 1? Doesn't make any sense to me. That's all I have
Number
to say about it.
one is a little bit of a stretch, but they could
Because
at
they
least
beat number 1. So
two.
how is that? How can you say that they're better if they beat them head to head?
It's a team game, and their team was better. Their
Yes,
duo was not better than
the
ours. I am
team
so
duos. Look at the stats.
Jokic may have
Struggled.
outplayed KD, but Jamal Murray did not outplay Devin. So yeah.
And he did towards the end of the season when Devin fell off his crazy playing.
Devin knocked his ankle off because KCP big headed self came up behind him. So that
See, he took a dip.
they
But
was going
they went head to head. I don't see how the champions aren't number 1. I get it's their statistics, but they champs. They beat them head to head. There's no way you put them above.
I
And
mean, Giannis and Drew shouldn't be in there anyway.
I was
So
gonna say like number 2 for them, and they got almost swept in the first round. It's
we literally
embarrassing how
forgot they existed. So
but
yeah.
the stats are too good because they were number 1 in were they number 1 in the league?
I think so.
I think they were the top team in the league. Yeah, so that's crazy. They were the top team in the league, and they are that type of duo. Because Drew had a very good season this year, but
But his good play came when Giannis was hurt. So does that make really count? If
yes, no, yeah,
up
yeah,
there,
it definitely did. Because Chris Middleton, he's the third
he
player now.
was terrible,
He's the
bro.
third player, so it's Drew. I mean, it's Giannis and Drew now. So he does play good when Giannis is there. And then the first is y'all. But like I said earlier, it's the metrics, and y'all have the shortest games together of any of these people.
It's okay. We'll prove that we belong there. Did they put in the honorable mention how many duos were there? They didn't put anybody from the Warriors.
No,
Oh,
it was
oh
just
well.
those 3. It was the Celtics 2, the Sixers 2, and the Clippers 2. Oh, just missing the cut is the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell, and Darius Garland, De'Aaron Fox and DeMontis Sabonis,
Yeah, I
Jimmy
probably.
Butler, Bam, and then Steph and Draymond.
Oh, they just said F Chris. All right.
And
Okay.
Chris.
Yeah.
No, this is no, yeah, of course, this is going off of
No, Steph and
last
Draymond
season's
is
numbers, but
Dray.
I guess Steph and Draymond, but
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Draymond don't really add nothing, no points to that duo. That's all Steph. But
he's just, I mean, they orchestrate. He just orchestrates things. He's
said
pretty,
all the illegal picks for him.
yeah, he's a pretty good shoot. I mean, yeah, he is the real part of their offense, setting all them terrible picks.
Yeah. Well, now not anymore because the better offensive mind is coming into the building. So watch out.
Oh no, he gonna have to run. No, that's what it is. Yeah, I forgot. They're trying to change the game a little bit because that's not gonna always work for them. Because remember in the playoffs, these last 2 times they've been having to go pick and roll. I mean, it did work in finals against the Celtics, but against us, not so much.
Right.
So yeah. Got a couple minutes left. You got anything else?
Let's just touch real quick on that book and PG beef since we
Oh
talked
yeah,
about
yeah.
the podcast earlier. I felt that it was because he brought up trash talk and he was like, you had a couple trash talking moments. And then he opened the floor talking about Book, like Book was the biggest beef that Clay had because he don't like Book and he wanted Clay to go into detail. I don't know why people aren't getting that. Because
Why do you say he doesn't like Book? I watched the clip or I watched the podcast and then watched the clip. I don't to me, it doesn't seem there was any animosity. He just thought of that's literally the one thing Clay did last year was do the 4. So
yeah, but his biggest beef was with Dylan Brooks, and everybody knows that. That's what you could have brought up if you wanted to talk about beef. But I say that they don't like each other because they've been barking at each other since we met in the playoffs and stuff. Book called him a soft ass nigga. And he is one, clearly. But anyways,
Oh
so
gosh.
yeah, this is when Clay got into that, when he got ejected with 0 points because Book was torching his ass. So yeah, he apologized for that. And that's why I fuck with him now. He cool for that. And he said that he should be uplifting Book, which he should, because Book is now the best shooting guard in the league. Give him his flowers, please. So yeah.
But I did think his response is weird, or not the emojis, but saying is that what you wanted to hear from Paul George? I thought that was weird.
Didn't, because he was trying to open the floor for Clay to talk mess about Book. Like he was trying to get a funny story out of him, and Clay flipped the script and gave Book his flowers.
I think it's a big misunderstanding because even Paul George commented on like how he should. He even said, "Yeah, uplift him and all this."
Yeah.
So I don't think he was going for those bad intentions.
He was like, "We the vets now. We should be." Well, I mean, he just said we the vets. I don't remember if he said he should be uplifting, but that's what vets should do.
Yeah, I don't think there was any bad intentions for him asking that. I just think it was just, and it's a big thing about Clay because it was embarrassing because he had no points and all he could do was say he had 4 rings.
But it was more embarrassing when he got torched by, well, not torched, but Dylan Brooks talking mess to you. That's more embarrassing than Devin Booker talking mess to you, because Devin is actually good.
And no, but it's also the viral factor. Paul George, I'm thinking that's the only thing that came to his mind. I just don't think it was anything malice. And Devin Booker needs to chill out. There's nobody trying to get at him. And but he do talk more mess than everybody, so he's starting everything.
He's not starting it, but he'll finish it if it get down to it.
He does start it.
I would have felt slighted too. Why are you talking about me? Why am I on your mind?
And watching Paul George, I know he don't talk mess.
He definitely does.
He say he don't even talk mess unless you start talking to him. So that's how I know.
He got into it with Kelly Oubre because he trying to mix him up and do the little Harlem Globetrotters on him, and Kelly got in his face. So yeah,
that's what they were talking about after Clay had said he had said about him and Kelly when like he had got dunked on and he had got it back.
That was so annoying. He's annoying and he's phony and he's fake and he's not better than Devin. So everybody can stop lying. Devin has been the best shooting guard in the league for like the past 2 to 3 years, and then been better than Paul George since the minute he got in Los Angeles. And he hit that game winner over him and freaking Kawhi.
Well, if we're talking about the stats and all that, yeah.
F them stats, because the stats gonna lie. Because Paul George is the distributor.
Paul George is a way, in my opinion, as a basketball player, Paul George is a way better player than Devin Booker. He's an elite defender and an elite scorer. And I think he can go shot for shot with Devin Booker, honestly. Like, I don't think Paul George is that far off.
He'll lose by a tiny margin, but he'll lose. But
that's fair. But I think what makes him higher is that he's an elite defender.
Let's calm down on the elite because Book cooks him. So
Paul George is an elite defender. He just can't stay on the court. So
availability is the best ability, and he can't be available. So that's why he's in the time.
That's true. I think that's well said, and to leave it on that one right there.
Yeah. All right. So hopefully some more interesting stuff will happen in the league so we can come back and talk about it. I mean, we'll have something to talk about anyway with the FIBA going on. So yeah.
Team USA on Saturday.
Yep. Y'all tune into that so you know what we're talking about. What else do you have to watch, honestly? So yeah, you know where to find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. She the NBA Junkie. On YouTube, B-Ball Junkies. 8446. And I guess we're out of here.